Okay, so I'm making this video on this G-Shock. It's called a GBM 2100A. I haven't found any videos or even chat discussions about using this particular titanium band with this steel casing. I'm going to polish it with my Dremel tool here, and it's easier if you get the Dremel with this attachment, these polishing wheels, to attach and polish the titanium, because as you can see, the titanium right now has a matte finish, but hopefully I'm going to polish all of this to match the watch casing here, which is very high polished stainless steel. So bottom line, I'm going to turn this watch into a complete metal watch with a titanium band. I was able to find this band on Amazon, and I kind of took a chance because there wasn't a lot of information out there. So I just ordered it because the band itself, being titanium and all, surprisingly was only like 29 bucks. I'll compare this titanium strap with the resin strap that it comes with. So this is a stainless steel band that came with a different watch. So ideally I want to get this titanium band to match the watch face. And by the way, you can get this exact watch, right, with the Bluetooth, with the solar charging, and a stainless steel band for 600 bucks. So this one being, I got it for like $220 on Amazon, and then the strap was like 30 bucks or something like that, maybe 25, 30 bucks. I got myself basically the same watch for under 300 bucks, and now end up with the version that costs 600. In fact, even better, because this is a titanium band. The other one is a steel band. Okay, so I created this chart going from left to right. You're going to see the $600 version one, and that's originally the version that I wanted. It has a steel case, has a steel band, it has Bluetooth, it has solar charging, but the only thing that version didn't have is the light blue face that I wanted. It has dark blue. So if you go to the Casio website, you'll find just about every variety. I think there's probably over 100 versions of the same G-Shock watch. And the only one that it doesn't have is the light blue face that I want with all the other options that I just mentioned. So I went out and started looking around. And then if you see from left to right, the second column, the $270 one, which I thought that would be great. But if you notice, it doesn't have Bluetooth, doesn't have solar charging, and those were kind of like my deal breakers that I wanted, because I do travel to different time zones quite a bit. So if I land and I can get my Bluetooth phone to sync up with the app to the watch, the time automatically adjusts. So I don't really need if you look at the column one, the very bottom atomic time, I don't really need that, because all you got to do is just sync up your phone. You turn on your phone at your destination, and it'll set the time by itself. Other than that, what I ended up doing was, because I couldn't find a light blue face watch with the steel case, so I ended up basically building my own version of the one it's the number 3 column from the left, which has everything that I want except the steel band. So I ended up buying the $220 version, which is the third one from the left, and it has a resin band that it comes with, but it does have a stainless case, which I wanted. So I ended up looking around on Amazon and found this titanium band that sold for very cheap. It was $20 or $30 or something like that. Now, if you look at the titanium band, the very far right, the band doesn't look like it belongs. It looks a little bit skinny, but it's only the way I took the photo. So if you look at this photo, you can see it comes with a transition piece, and that transition piece makes it unique to this G-Shock version case. So other than that, you can pause it and just take a look at the numbers. And the best thing is, I ended up with a watch for less than $250 with the band. And it is I polished it myself, which is titanium, and it looks better than, in my viewpoint, the steel band, and it's much lighter. So now let me show you how I measured the weight of the custom version that I created with the titanium band. And you'll see from there that it's a much lighter watch than the steel version. So it's already cut to size. So it weighs right around 100 grams, 101 grams. This Bluetooth version syncs with your phone. You download an app, and whatever country you land in, you turn on your phone, assuming you have the right data card, and automatically oh sorry, I have it up upside down. Automatically the dial will go to the time of wherever you're at. So now let me disassemble this titanium band so I can show you the weight of the watch face and the titanium band itself. And then you can decide if you want to get a titanium band or you want to get a stainless steel band, or simply just keep the resin band that it comes with, because this thing is really light. In fact, let's just put the two pieces together. It's only 17 grams, so this thing weighs nearly nothing. And this is like an adapter for using a generic band. This is a 22 millimeter band as compared to this one is a 20 millimeter band. And this thing requires this to able to adapt to the casing of the Casio 2100 series watches. But once you get this in, you can actually separate the rest of the band from the watch very quickly. In fact, you can even use your fingernail to kind of prop open the, I'll show you the pin later. So let me now take it apart and show you some of the weight differences. Polish this thing using my Dremel tool and hopefully get this matte finished on a titanium band to look much more like the stainless steel polished. And as you can see, it's just a beautiful polish. And how close I can get from this titanium finish to match the stainless steel casing. This is the aftermarket one I've ordered. It's titanium. And this band is a stainless steel band. I don't even know which watch this came from. This probably a watch that I got a while back. Anyway, so this is a stainless steel version. This is the titanium version. And you can see that stainless version is actually even a little bit smaller. So let's just go ahead and weigh the titanium band by itself with the links removed to fit my wrist. It's roughly about 36 grams. Let's go ahead and measure the steel one, which is 57 grams. So quite a bit heavier than the titanium. And let me just weigh the watch by itself. It weighs roughly about 66, call it 66 grams. So what I'm gonna do now is polish the titanium band. Hopefully I can get it to something close to this. And again, this is stainless steel, this is titanium. All right, so now everything's put back together. This is the titanium band with this titanium adapter that comes with the band. And as you can see, I polished it. So if anybody ever has been considering polishing titanium, the answer is yes, you can do it. So basically, I paid about $220 for the watch itself. That came with the resin band, and polished it and made this titanium. So it's even better than the $600 version of this watch, because this band is actually titanium, and now it looks polished like steel. So it feels great. The titanium band really makes a difference. Yeah, it makes it feel much smaller and lighter than it looks. And I highly recommend that if you're in the future looking for a watch like this, I would go and save yourself a lot of money by getting the resin band and then buying a aftermarket either steel or titanium strap. So basically I saved myself over 50% of the $600 version and ended up with the ideal watch that I was looking for.